The draws of fly fishing are many. For those who seek it, fly fishing offers the opportunity to enjoy and learn about nature, relax, spend time with friends and family, and solve problems. One of the main perks of fly fishing is that it provides a great excuse to spend time in nature. We caught up with local fly fisher Shane Murphy and his daughter Morgan on a recent outing to the Clear Creek Metro Park here in Fairfield County.
I grew up fly fishing, and it's just been a tradition. It's a tradition that I've passed down to Morgan. And fly fishing is going to be a lot different. Rather than sitting and casting a lure, we cast a line with a weightless fly at the end of that line. And it's a lot more active. There's a lot more motion involved. You're a lot more in tune to your surroundings. I think we enjoy nature far more than I would just sitting on the bank or even casting a lure. And getting to share that with my children, especially with Morgan, it's just been an amazing experience.
It's fun, and you get to catch fish.
It is the ultimate stress reliever. I think not only the activity and the physical activity, the hiking, but pretty fish live in beautiful places. As you can see here, this is a gorgeous setting, and just getting to spend time here, whether we catch fish or not, that's not the point. Just being here in this environment and enjoying all of this is an amazing experience on its own. I often use the golf analogy. I could go and golf for hours and come home frustrated and angry and knowing that I spent all that money, or I can come out here for hours and maybe not even catch a fish, but go back home feeling relieved and at peace.
I think it's very peaceful, and it's just fun.
As far as being healthy, this isn't a sedentary way to fish. We are not sitting in a lawn chair and watching a bobber, and there's not anything wrong with that. But we're constantly moving. Even as we fish today, we're going to take a long hike and pretty rough terrain. And the exercise that we get, not only getting there and getting back, it helps to relieve that stress and keeps us fit. And you can see Morgan and I are fairly fit. But the stress, the inside, that we all need that stress relief. And this is a wonderful medium to find that. You know, we love our exercise and we run together and we do all of those things, but there's just something special about being out here, getting some exercise, breathing the fresh air, seeing all the wonderful things that are here. And you know, it's an amazing experience. And to share that with Morgan is just incredible.
You know, I'm constantly in motion. I'm always using my arms, but no, I think it's fun, and you always are moving and walking along the stream and moving your arms to cast.
Fly fishing for trout is going to differ in that we are trying to mimic aquatic insects. Everywhere from the nymph stage of the aquatic insect to the adult stage, or the dry fly as we like to call it. The insects go through a metamorphosis that is amazing. They start off as nymphs at the bottom, and they'll feed, and those are what we mimic most of the time. But as they start to hatch, and they'll hatch at various times of the year, different insects will hatch at various times of the year. As they start to hatch and come to the surface and float down the stream, the trout will key on that adult and come up and eat it on the surface. And there's nothing more enjoyable to the fly fisher than watching a fish come up and eat his fly. That alone, whether you catch the fish or not, is worth the experience right there.
My dad pretty much introduced fishing to me, and I've always just been with him and fished with him a lot. So
a great way to get started, and obviously the internet's a wonderful tool. But even here, this is a Columbus Metro Park, Clear Creek Metro Park. They offer different fly fishing experiences throughout the year. You can find that in their Metro Park magazine, and I know they do it, I'm pretty sure, monthly. The Division of Wildlife, their website has a whole section on getting started and fishing just in general. And then from there are different websites and different clubs and organizations throughout Ohio that could help you learn how to fly fish. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars, as we've talked about, to get started. A rod from Walmart will work just as well as a rod from a well-known fly shop. But as you get more involved, you may want to spend a little more money on better equipment. But we could fly fish here, or we could go to a local farm pond and catch bluegill and bass and be just as happy and just as content and have just as much fun and be just as active and get just as much exercise.
Definitely, because I think it's a great active sport that you can share with the younger generation.